What's going on, everyone? Welcome back with some more Car Mechanic Simulator. My name is Andy, and welcome to the channel. We are we got 32,000 bucks. I think that our goal for today is I don't want to mess with this yet. I can't remember if this is a story car. Um, this is not a story car. This is just a car that we picked up along the lines. But I think to get some cash, I want to repair one of these cars all the way to um, what I would say is be restored status so that we can sell it. So we want to wash the car. I think 32,000 ought to be enough to fix this car. If it's not, we're up shit creek. But with that being said, what do you guys got going on? I would say that, oh yeah, this is the Aston Martin. This might be a little bit on the pricey side. But I think I said I still think 32,000 is enough to repair this car. Could be wrong. I don't know. Um, but let's see here. So let's get this moved over here to the car lift. There's 1,500 bucks right there. All right, let's get that out of there. Let's see. Can we salvage any body parts? Can't fix headlights. Can't fix windshields. Um, there is a bumper and a trunk lid and a tail light. All right, so that's gonna be it for this is we want interior disassemble. One seat, that's it, really? Okay. I guess that's it on exterior parts of the car. The rest of it's going to be engine and suspension. So let's see if it's got any oil in it. Got any oil? Oh, it did have, oh, it had a splash. A splash of oil. So it's a good thing we did that, or else we would have got dinged for spilling oil on the floor and had to pay. Even though it's my shop, I would have had to pay 50 bucks to clean it up. Which makes no freaking sense. Like, I could get it if I was working in somebody else's shop and I made a mess. They're like, hey, you're paying to clean that up. But it's my damn shop. If I want to make a mess on my floor, I'll make a mess on my damn floor. Although, I did go through and remodel the shop recently, so maybe that's not such a great idea for us to have anymore. See, I don't believe. Oh, there is a wheel bearing back here. I was like, oh yeah, there's a wheel bearing because it had an axle. I was like, there's not always a wheel bearing in the back. But I want to try to take as much of this apart, repair as much of this as possible. And I know that a lot of this car is not going to be repairable. But, I mean, it's fine. I mean, after all, we did buy this thing from the junkyard. And we... So we paid $22,000 for this. So if I was to get rid of it right now, I'd be minus $3,500. Yeah, we definitely are not doing that. Definitely not doing that. We are gonna, like I said, the plan is to rebuild this car all the way back to showroom finish. Hopefully. I would think that 31 grand would be enough. Alright, so there is no fuel tank here, so at least I don't have to worry about taking the fuel tank out. Because there ain't one. It ain't got no gas in it. Let's see here. What else we got going on? Ooh, 12%. Oof. I know when I see the stuff that pops out with red, oh, there's red means dead. I guess that's one way to kind of look at it. If anything pops out in red, it means there's no chance for us to repair it. So just remember, red means dead. And that means we are fronting the bill 100% for the replacement cost. But then there's parts like that sway bar link that you couldn't fix anyway. So, yeah. Like, you can't repair a bushing, you can't repair brake pads. But you can repair drum brakes, which makes, like I said, no friggin' sense at all. Come on, get your shit right, man. And I forgot to examine this car, so most of this stuff is going to be junk on this car. By the state of looking at it from the junkyard profile. I probably should run as many tests on it as I could, but I forgot. Alright, so the back of the car is clean. Now we just have to worry about the front. Jesus, they didn't want this transmission to fall, did they? Look, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 bolts in this freaking transmission. Like I said, that's like, they did not want it to come loose, did they? I mean, you got, a big block Chevy putting out, 500 foot-pounds of torque, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Depending on which bell housing you have 6 to 7 bolts. I think most of them have 6. Because you got 4 on the bottom-ish, and you got 2 up top. And sometimes, but I believe that's Pontiac or Buick that has one in the center. Pretty sure. Let's see. What do we got? We don't have that many parts in the front end here, so let's just keep busting this apart as quickly as possible. I believe by the time we get this car refinished, because I want to say the last car that we did, we spent 6 grand and we had most of the parts. So you would think with 31, You would think with 31 we could do the whole damn car. However, I could be wrong since this is a freaking Aston Martin. The parts could be 2 or 3 times more than what I was expecting. I mean, we saw that the freaking engine block on the Hemi car was $1,800. So I would hope that that's just because it was a Hemi. But I don't think the block on this is going to be that much. And hopefully I can repair the block. Judging by the rust on it, I would say that that's probably not going to happen. But possible. Ooh, steering rack is toast. Like I said, it doesn't really matter what we have here because we know that we are taking everything out of here. So looks like that's every part from underneath. Let's bring her down here. Get... Okay, at least we didn't make a mess with the radiator because I kind of forgot about antifreeze, but luckily it didn't have no antifreeze in it. Someone done drained it for us. Alright, so what do we got here? Do we have anything else in the engine bay to take out? Does not appear that way. Alright, so engine out. Alright. There are 0 parts left on the car. I don't know why I'm separating that. Can't repair those parts. Ooh, 255, 295, 295. So we had 1 tire on the front and 2 on the back, right? So the 295s, yes, the 295s are for the back. I was hoping to be able to repair those rims, but it does not appear. Oh, the rim's 10%. Shit, man. I don't think we're going to be able to repair that rim. This one, maybe. And at least that way I know what freaking size of tires I need. Alright, so. Good, yes. Did I have a battery? I did not have a battery. Can I... So I'm able to repair all the brakes. No big deal. That's nice. We can fix 2 of the rims. Alright, so we had 31... Let's call it 31-1. We'll see how many parts we can repair and how much it's going to cost us. I mean, we're not doing too bad. Looks like it's on average about 13, 17, 10, 18, 6, 8. So the repair cost is not that much. Oh, that was 56, whatever the hell that was. 72. Still better than buying. Oh, we're going to be able to save the transmission. 220. 400 to fix the transmission. I wonder how much a new transmission was. We're going to have to find that out to see how much cost saving. We just spent 400 to save the training. So let's take a look. There's our last brake rotor. And so far I haven't broken any parts. Alright, so we've repaired everything we could. No more brake rotors. Do we have any body panels we can fix? So we got the trunk. It's going to cost us $87 to repair the trunk. Alright, that's cool. So let's go take a look at the shopping list. So this is stuff that actually let's make sure our shopping list is clear. Our shopping list is now clear. So we know we're going to need everything in red. Alright, and I guess we'll just have to see what that's going to be 2 of those, 2 of those, 2 of those. I want to find out how much that transmission was. So don't let me forget. We spent 400 to fix it. Really? Race tires? They have freaking race tires on the Aston Martin. So we're going to need two of these tires. I would assume the rims are all the same, so we're going to need 2 rims. Yeah, so the rim is the same for the front and the back. Okay. We're going to need 2 of these seats, 2 of these tires. We're going to need all right, so I don't believe there was a muffler on this car. There's the crankshaft for the Hemi. Fuel filter. Okay, so that should be the last part for this car. All right, so let's get into our list here and actually let's go back to that transmission. Let's put that transmission on the list. Where was the transmission? Transmission right here. Add to shopping list. All right, so we got that on the shopping list. Let's pull up that gearbox. $1,900. We spent $400 to fix it. So we've repaired every part that we could possibly repair, and that cost us about $1,400. So I'd say that we saved some pretty decent money. Let's get this off of the list because we don't need that. Definitely don't want to mess that up. Fuse box. Guess I need to pay attention because some of the stuff we can't buy right now. So the air duct. All right, got it. Front wheel hub. Two of those. Wheel bearings. Four of them. Wheel hubcap. We're gonna need two of those. Some of this stuff, I mean, I already know that you need multiples of it. Steering rack. So remember, we were at 31.1 before we started doing anything. Two tie rods. Two outer tie rods. Rubber bushing times 18. Is 18 the right number? Sounds about right. We're going to trust it. Because I'm pretty sure that the suspension was all there. So 18 rubber bushings. Brake pads. Four of those suckers. Sway bar end link. We're going to need two of these. We're going to need two of these. Two springs, and then next should be the wishbone. I did get two, right? Yes, I think I did. Just need one of those, really? Okay. Flywheel. Clutch plate. Clutch pressure plate. The release bearing. Rear suspension arm. I think we was able to repair one. So 8 of these. Does that sound right? I'm pretty sure I did all this right because I think this was able to repair one of those. Okay. Was able to repair rear hub, it looks like. Two of those. So you would think that you would be able to repair the sway bar. I mean, or even maybe the spring cap. Maybe you can repair the spring cap because I only have one of these on the list. And I know there's two of them on there. And it has two springs, so maybe I was able to repair one of those. Maybe you can. But you definitely can't do... So brake caliper is just one. Really? Okay. Race tire, rim, wheel hub. So the wheel hub is just one. Seat, race tire, front right, license plate. Alright, so let's go to... So we know the only thing that we could repair on the body was the trunk. So pretty much on the body, let's go to tires. So we're going to need a race tire, 295, 35, 20, 295, 30, 295, 30, two of those. $2,000 for tires. Holy shit. 295.30s. 295.30s. Ah, it was 35s. Oh well. It'll be fine. It's fine. 255.40. 255.40. All right, we got two of those. All right, we got the tires. So now let's go to rims. And we're going to need two of these 20 with a 0 offset. Two of them 20 with a 0 offset. Damn, the freaking rims are kicking my ass. Alright, so electrical parts. I know we're going to have to go back and buy some of this stuff. We haven't done the engine yet either. Oof. So, the body. Let's go to the body shop. Body shop. And let's go to. So basically, we need everything but the trunk. So is this the right thing right here? Yes. Aston Martin. Um, so we need everything but the trunk. So windshield. So that means the bumper that we took off was bad also. Damn, we're down to $7,000. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough cash to take care of the engine. Whew. Um, I don't know. We still haven't even taken the engine apart. Did we make the right decision? Um, but here's the thing. We're going to go put the underneath of this car together. We're going to leave the engine out right now. But let's go start putting crap together. So let's raise this up. And we're going to work on putting it together. We need a fuel tank. Alright, so let's go back to the tablet, back to here, car parts, fuel tank, 285, pump. Huh, I wonder if it has this pump. We're going to go ahead and buy it. It's fine. If not, we screwed up. Alright, so fuel tank, check. Yeah, there's the fuel pump right there. The exhaust. We don't have the exhaust. Crap. Oh, we need the middle muffler. $7,000. I can't believe we're down to $7,000. Those body parts must have just been the killer. I mean, I didn't even pay attention to the prices on the body parts. I mean, that's 100% honesty. I didn't even look because, I mean, I need the parts. But I almost am kicking myself now for not paying attention to how much that crap was. Alright, so let's throw the axle in. Here's our first bushing. If somebody sees me click on something with the that is not brand new, let me know, because I'm pretty sure, like I said, I've got a pretty good eye. All right, let me get around here. So we need a bushing there. Then there's our lower arm. We'll do the spring. I wonder if that is like where you have the valves on the muffler so that you can make it loud and quiet. That would be a pretty good detail if that's really what that is. To me, that's what that looks like. That's right there. You open that valve and make it free flowing or quiet, depending on whether you want to have a party or you want to be quiet going through the neighborhood at midnight. Me personally, I don't care. If I want to be partying, I'm going to party all the time. Just take a look at my Harleys when I make that video. They're not quiet. Oh, the battery is back here. What in the shit? We're going to need a battery. I mean, I guess that makes sense. There would, under the front, with the way the front is aerodynamic for the speed, you probably don't have room for the battery. My guess is most supercars probably have the battery in the back. I guess that would be the most sensible thing to do. Let's see here. What else do we got? There's our rear arm. Put our new bushing in. I would say if you bought an Aston Martin in this condition, I mean, you could probably spend 30 grand getting parts for it. I mean, a that's probably not an overreach. I mean, that's probably some legit numbers. And I won't say like exact numbers, but my guess is if you bought a Aston Martin in a junkyard and you were going to flip it and repair it, I would say you would probably spend at least 30 grand in parts. So that's probably not too far off the mark. All right, so let's go to, let's get a, let's get this. How many of those do we need? I would, Jesus, that tip is right in my face. So the tires. So that's what I thought. Two of those. So the rear muffler, check. These, we're gonna need two of these. We've got the fuel tank. Got the middle muffler. Um, body part, body part, body part. What do we got here? Let's go. All right, so we have a 20, and this is a 295.30, even though it should be 35. Join those. Check. Take that. Put that on the balancer. Let's see. Nope, nope, nope. We want to install, and we want the 295. Take that. Join. Take that. Install. 255. Yep. Alright, so did I take all the right parts? I feel like I may have put the wrong rim in there. GW. Okay, those are those Mustang rims. Alright, so we did not mess up. Get our rim. Junk. Alright. So, alright. 295. 295 right there. Am I wrong, or would you think that on the Aston Martin there would be more than 5 lug nuts? I kind of feel like we're a little light on lug nuts. Alright, so 295. And we're going to torque these down to about 115. Oh, shit. I didn't want to do that. So the front right there. Like I said, we can't get every piece in here because we don't have all the pieces. I love how it wants me to put an engine block in there even though I have the engine out. I mean, which I guess if I was going to replace the engine, I could rebuild the engine that I have and keep it on the shelf in the warehouse. But I don't have the cash for that right now. That's later on down the road in a perfect world for the shop. When I actually have enough money to do shit like that. I would love to just have, an Aston Martin, Vanquish engine sitting on the shelf. I feel like that would be just fine with me. Not realistic, but it would. Does that say radiator? Does it have radiator A? Does it have 2 radiators? I mean, sure. Oh, we messed up the pattern. It'll be fine. If the wheel wobbles, I'll tell the customer to come back. Alright, so get our bushing. There's another bushing. Can't do that. That's engine bay, engine bay, engine bay. Yeah, there's still some expensive parts missing that we don't have. And I feel like, oh, with 5 grand left, I don't know, fellas. I don't know if we can get this thing put together. And if we can't, I feel like that might be a problem. Because I did not plan on doing extra cars again so that we could make cash to do this. I really thought 32 grand was going to be enough. I mean, don't get me wrong, we can sell the bad parts, which we may have to do to finish off this build. Because I believe we still need the interior. Or did we already buy seats? No, we didn't buy seats yet. Now we need a steering wheel. Oh, I don't have the necessary part. Upper suspension arm. Check. Alright, so do I have 2 more bushings? How did I not have that part? I had the bushings, but not the part. Maybe I skipped over something, possibly? I don't know. What do I mean? What do we got here? So we got... I guess we could go into assemble mode. And at least make the car look like a car. Figure out how screwed we are when it comes to how much money we've spent on this thing. We did not buy plates yet. Should we just go ahead and buy the plates and finish the body off? So you got to have both the headlights in before you can put the bumper on. I'm pretty sure we did not buy plates yet. No, we did not. So let's go to plates. Plates. We're gonna do the Montana plates, right? Montana plates. Montana plates. All right. So take the plates off the list. I'm pretty sure I bought the battery, didn't I? I did not buy the battery. Oh, that's right. I did not buy the battery because I got to go to electronics to buy a freaking battery. So it looks like I'm going to need that, and that, and that. Because I already saw that it was sitting over here. Alright, so what else are we missing here? So radiator A. I need 2 of those. I mean, I'll tell you what, I think that we are going to be in trouble when it comes to getting this car put back together. All right, let's go shopping. Let's go to fuse box A, which means fuse box A. So where's the freaking lid to fuse box A? You know what? Who cares? Medium fuse, one of those, one of those, three. Oh, we're down to freaking $3,000. I don't even know if we can put the freaking. So we did buy the battery. We bought the upper suspension arm, ECU, um, power steering, seats, brake servo, fuel filter. I'm not buying that yet. No, I'm not buying that. Coolant reservoir, power steering reservoir, windshield washer, and two more of these freaking radiators. Um, Interior. Ah, it's 1,000. Holy shit, man. Um, I better be able to repair the shit out of that engine block. Because, oh, we need a fan. So I need to stop spending money. Because if I don't stop spending money, I won't even be able to repair the parts. Alright, so radiator, fuel fuse box. I'm just curious. If we was to sell this car the way it sits right now. Well, let's take care of the fuse box first. So don't have that. All right. So it looks like we need to buy a couple of fuses just to throw them on the shelf. Um, oh, no. Undo that sucker. Need one of those. All right, so back to the store. Electronics. Just buy two. And just buy two of those. Oh. Blue fuses? Alright, so yes. Yes. Alright, so we're down to our last 600 bucks. And did I buy the seats? I completely forgot if I even bought the seats. Um, interior symbol. I did buy the seats. Okay. Interior. $350 for the freaking steering wheel. Alright, so this car. Interior symbol. So we have everything in here except for the engine. Well, we need a fan. We're down to 300 bucks. If we was to sell this car the way it sits right now, holy shit, 89,000, $67,000 profit, and we don't even have the engine done yet. So 32 grand is not enough to rebuild a car. Well, at least not an Aston Martin. So let's go. So if we want to sell, all right, so let's get over here. If sales enter, um, normally I would scrap these parts and get salvage points for these, but right now I'm hurting for cash. I need every buck I can to deal with this engine. You see, I've already made over 100 bucks. Oop, definitely don't want to sell that. I wish there was a way to sell, like, there was like a button that says parts under 20% sell. Is there a way to do that? Ooh, there is. Parts below. All right, so that shouldn't sell the engine. Let's go with parts below 50. And now we have 2 pages of stuff. All right, that worked out pretty good. So we got these retro. Those were on. We're gonna sell these. Well, that's 200 bucks. Another. Why is that one so much less? All right, so how much is this? 240. Screw it, I'm selling it. I know there's another one here somewhere. 240. So we're back up to 3 grand. Um, I got all this body work for a GTR that You know what? We're selling the bodywork for the GTR. We're selling the stupid air filter that I bought the wrong thing. Selling that stupid camshaft. Timing chain. Exhaust manifold I4. Alright, so here's our parts that we have left for this car. And we got 4,800 bucks to see what we can do with the engine. Is that enough? Hell no, it's probably not. Put this engine on the stand. Oof. I really want to complete this car, but I'm not thinking we're going to be able to. Oh, right there, right there. What's this thing held together with freaking spitballs, and I haven't taken a freaking bolt out yet. Alright, so this is the variable valve something controller. So that, I believe, that controls the timing on the valves. Holy shit. Well, I said there wasn't hardly any bolts. I didn't mean there'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. 22 bolts on the freaking valve cover? Are you shitting me? I take it back what I said about your turbos and your air boxes being held on with spit. That's what I get for running my mouth. Alright, so what can we do here? Trying to... Yeah, because, oh man, like, so much of this stuff is bad. Like, there's no way I'm going to be able to repair half of this shit in the engine. And I'm telling you, $4,000 is a drop in the bucket. I think we might be putting this engine or selling that car without the engine. And I hate saying that because I just don't think I'm going to have enough cash. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to have enough cash. To take care. We're going to try. I mean, I could be wrong, but we're going to try. We're going to see what we can repair. I just don't want to kill myself down to nothing. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter because whatever we have, I'll be able to sell the car for... We already know we can sell the car right now for 90 grand. So at least we're getting experience points. That's all that matters. We're getting experience. We're becoming an ASE certified master technician. Alright, so come over here. Oh, missing a timing chain. Couldn't repair the timing chain anyway, so what do I need to take off? Um, what's holding me back from taking this off? Really? I can't take that head off because there's fucking timing shit over there? Are you shitting me? Um, I can't take the head off because of the crankshaft seal? What? Alright, what do we got going on here? I want to... Am I missing something? What am I missing here? What am I missing? I don't see a spark plug or anything. I don't understand what is holding that head on. Oh, there it is. Cam gear. So this is the problem when you start messing around with these stupid engines that... Really? You gotta take the crankshaft seal off before you can take the oil pan off? So this is why the labor costs so much when you work on one of these. Because you have freaking nonsense like this that is stupid. You telling me I really needed a plate on the back that ties into the block and the crankshaft seal and the oil pan? I don't think so. Alright, so... Man, this engine is garbage. I mean, no wonder it was in the freaking junkyard. Alright, so... Let's get our oil pump off. Get another timing chain shoe. Like these that's another thing too. Like, why do you put plastic Teflon pieces inside the engine that you know will eventually go bad and you're going to have to replace them? Like, come on. Just like in the 60s and the early 70s, GM, who I love GM products, they used a freaking nylon timing gear. Like, on an interference engine, and what I mean by interference engine is that the piston's going... Let's see, what can I see here? Can I see a piston? Yeah, I can see a piston. As soon as it lets me out of here. So the piston coming up and down right here with your head, your valves open into the cylinder right here. They used a plastic nylon timing gear. So you'd have a valve in here, then your gear breaks, your valve sticking in here, piston comes up, bam, bent valves. So instead of having a $20 problem with the plastic gear that needs to be changed, now you got a big time fucking problem because now you got to take your heads off, get a valve job done. Hopefully you didn't dent the top of the piston or break the top of the piston out. And then hopefully that didn't crack the block. Like, these are all things that have happened to me in my lifetime. because of a stupid ass nylon gear. Because back in my early days of working on cars, you know, I wish you could still do this, but it's not that way anymore. I would literally buy cars for $100, $50, $150. Junk cars, fix them and drive them around. And then, use that to get your next car and your next car. I remember probably the best money I ever made on a car was on a mid 80 something Dodge Shadow. My brother's girlfriend had a Dodge Shadow sitting in and one day I just said, "Hey, why don't you drive that car?" They're like, "Oh, it doesn't start, doesn't run." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I asked them if they want to sell it. I bought the car for $50. Um, and I determined that it needed a fuel pump. And I think I put a fuel pump in it, and it still wouldn't run right because it sat around and the fuel varnished up and it made the injector sticky. So instead of trying to clean the fuel injector, I just, went and bought another fuel injector. I believe I put less than $100 in parts in it. So I had at max $150 in the car and a few hours of my time to repair the car. And I drove the car for like 2 months, and somebody wanted to buy the car, and I'm like, I don't really need to sell the car. It's what is holding this freaking son of a bitch in? Ah, there it is, spark plugs. I knew there was something weird. I just didn't know the spark plugs were there. But I sold the car, I believe, for $700 after driving it for a few months. And like I said, so I got my money's worth out of that car. Now, profit-wise, I've sold other cars and made way more money than that. But that was probably the easiest car I ever fixed. And was able to send it down the road with the least amount of problems and time. I say, because, I've done other cars that, like I said, technically I made more money on. But I also had to put more money in parts and labor. Like several cars I sold after I've rebuilt the engines or the transmissions. Alright, so we got 4,800. Let's see what we got here. And if anybody knows how much it costs to rebuild an engine, even back in the day, it wasn't that much. You could get an engine rebuild kit for about $150 to $180. And that would be for, it would be piston rings, bearings, gaskets, and see what else would it be? And cam bearings. And then you'd spend about $75 to $100 on a cam. And then all I would do was clean everything really good, clean the pistons up, run a dingle ball down the cylinders to put some crosshatch back in the cylinders, and then rebuild it. Most of the time I would take the heads apart. I would take the heads apart and put new valve seals in it, and instead of doing a valve job, if anybody knows you got the little stick with two suction cups on it where you lap the valves in. That's what I would do. I would relap, hand lap every valve to make sure it had a good valve seat. I mean, like I said, I would probably spend anywhere between 40 to 50 hours to clean, prep, rebuild an engine. So, like I said, by the time you did that kind of stuff, it was, I mean, you made money, but like, how much is your time worth? And I am going to be able to save the engine block. So it cost me 107 to do this cylinder head. Times 2 because I screwed up. Alright. 237 to fix the block. Come on, baby. Alright. So, let's go back into our stuff here. I just want to add this to the shopping list. I want to go see how much the block would have been had I had to buy it. So we still got $3,400. That's not bad. $3,400. $2,470 for the engine block. So if we would have had to buy that, we were screwed. Um, let's see here. Mount the part. Mount the engine block. Cool. Crank. Oh no. All right. Never mind. Let's go through our inventory here. Let's see here. Can we get the crank? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so cam gear. Oh, we was able. See, I wasn't able to fix camshafts on that other engine, but I could fix them on this engine. I mean, like I said, doesn't make sense, but whatever. See, I wasn't able to fix that one. Alright, so let's see what we got here. How much of this crap can we buy before we go broke? Engine block, out of the way. We definitely need the crankshaft. $500 for the crankshaft. Piston rings. We're gonna need 8. We're gonna need 8 pistons. We're gonna skip the spark plugs for right now. 4 of these cam gears. 175 for that. 1 rod cap. Timing shoe. Timing chain B. See, the timing chain's not that bad. $35. Ooh, $650 for the freaking oil pump. That's a bullshit. Crankshaft seal. Um, let's get these other timing chains. Timing chain A. Timing shoe D. $369. Where do we go with this? Where do we go? Where do we go? Man, we're so close. Let's see what we can put together now. You know what? I would actually like to see, even though it would probably be stupid, I would kind of like to see a torque wrench come into the mix here. Or maybe like an air gun to put the stuff together faster. Because we all know that most everyone uses some type of battery tool, whether it be, you know, your favorite red brand or your favorite yellow brand or your favorite blue brand. You can zip this stuff together. Now, of course, you're not torquing it down that way. Well, you should not be torquing it down that way. I'm sure some people do. But I would not. I know that I actually know an individual that I was watching doing something. I said, "Hey, you gonna torque that?" And they said, "No, I just tighten it down as tight as I can get it." And I'm like, you know, the torque spec on that is probably around 35 foot-pounds. They're like, "Yeah, but if you get it tight, it'll be fine." And I'm like, yeah, I mean, yes and no. So just to prove a point, I went and got my torque wrench and started bumping up the torque. I set the torque at 35 to try to loosen it. And 35 didn't budge it. And what I did is I showed my buddy. I went up 5 pounds each time, 5 pounds trying to. I got all the way to 80 foot-pounds before the bolt busted loose. A bolt that was supposed to be torqued in the 30s was torqued down to just below 80 because 80 broke it loose, 75 did not. Like I said, like, that is entirely ridiculous and does not need to be done that way. All right, so what do we got in here? Cam gear, timing shoe. You really got to put all these freaking cam gears and timing shoes in here before you can put the freaking oil pump on? That seems a little bit on the ridiculous side. Maybe we can get this thing back to a long block and call it, you know, a mechanic special or something like that for whoever wants to buy this piece of hunk of junk. Um, let's see here. We got a timing shoe right there. All right, so an oil pan. So we almost have it back to a short block. And a traditional short block would be like from just like from the heads down. I mean, not with the heads on. A long block would be with the heads on. What do we got left? We got 369 bucks left. This engine better make the price hit 100 grand. Oh, we got a flywheel? I didn't think we had a flywheel. I must have bought these parts on the first run. Because that means we can put. So we're going to need that. We're going to need that. Gonna need that. Gonna need that. um, gonna need that. Oh, they're gonna hear me saying we need a lot of this shit. Oh, we was able to repair the water pump. All right, so either roller A, either roller A. 300 bucks. Was I able to fix both heads? Because I'm pretty sure I took both heads off. It'd be nice if we can get both heads back on here. Oh, we was able to fix both heads. I missed that. That's a big difference right there. Maybe I could squeeze out a few more bucks from somewhere. Um, well, now we're at a point where we got to start thinking about. Oh, I was able to fix the turbos. All right, so now we're at a point, like I said, where what do we do here? So let's take this engine off the stand and put it in the car. Really? You won't let me install it with the freaking engine already in the bay? There ain't no engine in the bay. Um, this is some kind of glitch. I don't know how, but we just got a glitch. Um, um, install. So it's counting since I put a fuel filter in there as an engine? Are you shitting me? Okay. Whatever. So if I go put this over here and I put that on the stand. Yep. And I take. Really? It's, we're gonna call. I don't know. I'm calling that a glitch in the system right there. But let's take a look now. Oh, that took that from 89 grand to 130 grand. I mean, I would so much love to finish this engine. Let's check our inventory. What do we have left for parts? So we still have some timing shoes and a timing chain. Um, so sell that. Oil tube. Alright, so we're down to our one list of... let's get this out of the way. Move that back to out of the way. Alright, so we're going to install parts. Put our fuel filter in here. We got 845 bucks. That's not enough. Damn it. We're going to put every part on here that we possibly can. So we were at 129. Let's see what a $2,000 transmission does to the value. All I know is we'll definitely be able to finish the next car. Alrighty. Inventory. What do we still got? So we still got some engine parts and covers. Okay. Let's see what we can get on here without having to buy any more stuff. So can't put that on there. Nope, nope. Literally, it's not going to let me do anything else unless I buy more parts. So I guess I'm going to say that this is where we are at. And with that, I guess let's go ahead and sell. Let's go ahead and sell here. I hate not being able to finish the car, but I did not think that I would not be able to finish a car for 32 grand. But, oh look, that putting in the transmission took the value up another 6 grand. So we bought the car for 22 grand. We spent $32,000 fixing it. So that's going to put the price at 54. We're going to sell it for 135. So we're making $80,000 profit. You know what? I'm not upset. Look at that. 136 grand. I'm not upset. And then, so we're not idiots, we're going to sell these parts. I don't care. 18? Really? 18? I paid more than that for it. 225. So I've repaired that. I repaired that. There we go. So let's open up. Open up that barn location. Open up that barn location. There we go. Steering rack and a fuse is all we have. Oh, so with that being said, let's call it a day. So this car here is a what? A Jaguar. So we definitely have enough money to rebuild this. I don't know if this is going to get us the same kind of profit. What is this here? Mazda RX-7. We definitely have enough funds to repair this now. But let's go look on the phone and see what we have for interesting jobs. So the blue is a story order. So their sister recommends the workshop. When you learned the location, you couldn't believe that there was anything standing here at all, and yet here you are, a great garage. Thank you. I've worked very hard to be a great garage. Um, I'm coming with my truck. I use it every day at work. This doesn't look like a truck to me, buddy. It looks like a van. um, it's a bit worn out, but it's not missing anything. Apart from the engine's crackling and drops in power, I don't see. So it looks like we got some major engine work to do. Uh, Please take a closer look at suspension and the car's often carrying some load. So do routine checkup. Thanks. Change the oil. A few other tasks. You know what? We're taking that car. And oh Jesus Christ. Um, I'm gonna give you a free car wash, buddy. Oof, it doesn't look that much better. I was expecting this van to start looking nice. Um, so let's move it into car lifter A. Let's take a look at the list. I'm assuming they gave us a list. Change the oil, brake fluid, coolant, power steering. So this is a bunch of suspension parts, it looks like. Oh, shit. 8 pages of stuff that need to be repaired? Are you shitting me? All right, so let's do the first things first. Let's examine this thing. I don't think I'm going to repair this right now, but at least we know what we're in for on the next one. We'll fix this van, and we will... See, we'll fix this van, and do we go for the RX-7, or do we go for the Jaguar? Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you want to see in the next episode. The van and Jaguar, or the van and the RX-7? Well, at least if we do work on this engine, we know that it's going to be easy to fix because this is going to be a traditional small block Chevy 350. And I don't care what anybody says, that is easy work. I've actually took a small block 350 out of a car, had one that I had on the shelf ready to go, and had the car back up and running in 45 minutes. I had one of my buddies helping me, but my brother has a Camaro. It's a 70 something Z28. I don't remember exactly what year it is. But he had a problem with the engine and it was knocking or burning oil or something. I don't remember what it was. And so he went and got a complete another engine. And what he did then is he brought it over to my house and he brought his car over here. And I had one of my other buddies that I went to school with that went to school to be a mechanic also. Like, one of us climbed under the car, the other one climbed under the hood, undoing stuff. Literally, like I said, we yanked the engine out, we slapped a new one in, had everything hooked back up, threw oil in it, and my brother was driving away in about 45 minutes. Now that's freaking called teamwork right there. Let's see here. So let's get in here. I don't mean to click OBD scanner. There's obviously not an OBD2 scanner. Say that fast 3 times. On, oh, the engine can't be started. Okay. So that means that we probably can't do a compression test either. That sucks. That means we, like I said, that means we got to do engine work. Um, so that means we can check the stuff with the electronic meter. And I was hoping to at least get a level done today. We were built a whole car, didn't get a level. Let's see, what else can we do? Tires? Well, I don't know, fellas. That's gonna be it, I guess. So, like I said, well, did we find all of our stuff? Part not discovered. Part not discovered. Wow. So we need plenty of parts to discover. I imagine they're engine parts, especially since it said the engine can't be started. But with that said, guys, I guess that's it. Come back for the next episode. Drop some comments down below. Let me know. RX-7 and the van or the Jaguar and the van? My name's Andy. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.